Hello YouTube, hello internet. It's been quite a while since I've done a video. Um, Basically, my wife gave birth to twin girls just over a year ago, and yeah, it's been really hard to produce artwork, to really pursue my love of comics, my love talking about comics, being a fan of comics, creating whatever, all that type of stuff. Getting a little bit of time back, and I've been doing some pages from my graphic novel. I kind of fallen out of love with my work, and I think a lot of it was to do with just listening to different creators talking about doing your best work every time. I think I had been thinking, I'll do my best work once this graphic novel is out of the way, then I'll start to do my best work, and I'll pick a different style, or I'll try to do a different thing. And then I just said to myself, look, the next page you produce, you're going to put all you can into it, and then the next one after that, you're going to put all you can into it, and just so on and so forth, and just keep going. So because my time is so limited, I just said to myself, I really need to kind of focus on one discipline. So I said to myself, why don't I just start to really try and make some great pages that are just pencils, try and get the artwork as pencils, looking good, thinking about composition, thinking about layouts, and just trying to have as much fun as possible with those pages. And because I always felt like when I was doing some pencil work, I wanted to it's like I was trying to save a bit of creative juices for the inking stage, so I felt like I was fluffing the pencils a lot. So now I'm trying to think of the mindset of, like, let's just focus on pencils strictly, and I'll worry about the inking at some other stage. So these are, the last, this could be the last 2 months of work. Now it's 4 pages. It's 4 pencil pages. Like, that's with 2 little babies, I guess. At times different things happen. You're just too tired. You're exhausted, and it's quite difficult to get to the drawing board and do some artwork. So this is kind of where I'm at. I'm really happy with these pages. Like, I feel like it's kind of rekindled my love for maybe the type of comics I always liked, but didn't think that was what fans wanted. I think a big part of it is from looking at Comicsgate videos and listening to some Comicsgate creators, because they seem to be leaning more on, like, the big action, and a lot of them talk about like the kind of more male driven comics that cater for men, or young boys, or teenage boys, or whatever. And I think with that type of comic, it needs to be. I think it needs to look a certain way. I think so. I'm trying to tap into what attracted me to comics back in the day and what I was looking for. So yeah. I'll just go through some of these pages. This was from my script. This was actually just a 9-panel grid, which doesn't really give me a lot of room to go kind of crazy on and stuff like that. So yeah, I kind of just went through these one by one. I think took a while. I hit a moment of weakness once and went back and inked this, and when I promised I wouldn't ink any panels of my pencils until I finished the book. After these 4 pages, I've got 15 pages left to do, and it's my graphic novel it's nearly 90 pages long. So it's the biggest project I've ever done, and yeah, I'm really focused on getting it done and pushing. But yeah, I'm not really going to talk a bit too much about the story. Just really have a quick look at this stuff. Looking back, some of these panels I like more than others. I really like this one. This is kind of like a trippy scene. So, and in my story, when the third eye kicks in, for characters, it's when funky stuff happens. It's characters tapping it, like this character here, Darius. He's eating mushrooms, and he's tripping out. He's saying some weird stuff. Look, 3 hands turns into a lot more hands, and you've got tons of hands here on this character Stoker. So like that was the first page. I said, right, strictly pencils. I think I was happy enough with it to continue on. I said, yeah, let's go on a bit further. So this is the next one, which like I felt like I got into my flow here. Like this, I had so much fun. I ended up drawing these 3 panels first because these were like the big interesting panels, and those, like, I still haven't even finished this one. I still need to go back and finish that, and I just had so much fun here. Like there was so much kind of nice detail to work on, and I suppose I'm trying to always think about the black and white theory, like as in where to put the blacks so that it kind of forces the viewer to look at what's important. And one thing I did figure out is that when I done these pencils so complete and so finished, I bought some new tools to do this work. I have 2 of these clutch pencils. One of them is a 2B. One of them is a HB, and the other one is a 2B. I actually really like the darker leads for this type of stuff. Like you have to be careful with smudging, but it's cool. Like, but this is the game changer for me. It's this electronic eraser. So it's battery powered, so it's great for cleaning up your pencil work. And what I found with this was that I now look at these pencils, and I like the fact that when I eventually come to ink them, I don't really have to think about anything. All I have to do is just think about the line quality and the line thickness. I'm not thinking about structure, I'm not thinking about perspective, I'm not thinking about if something is a bit wrong, because generally I'm pretty happy with these. Like, and I think they should look great when they're finished, when they're inked and coloured. Some stuff, like, I don't think that really turned out too well. It's kind of like a close up of the eyes, and kind of the character Darius really kind of going into his trip and seeing some crazy stuff here as Stoker gets kind of pulled into the earth, the hands of the earth, Mother Earth, dragging him down. And I think this was kind of, this page was outside of the trip. It was just kind of shown it as it was, or as it is. I suppose this is kind of part of the trippy scene, but I was just trying to do as good a job as possible. Like when I looked at my script and my layouts, I would have changed some of these panels and tried to do more interesting shots. Like with this as well, like what I've tried to get into is when I rough these out, I would take a photograph of them on my smartphone, and then I'd flip that, and like you can really see how bad you've drawn something. I think especially faces, like I think these faces look terrible the first time I would have drawn them roughly, and by flipping the image it helps me just see how bad I had drawn them. Like it's incredible. Like, and I don't know, to other people's eyes they might look at this and see, like I do, I think I'm starting to kind of fall back into this thing of what a lot of, I suppose, the creators online now that I'm really resonating with is that I do want to do comics with where the characters feel a bit larger than life, they're attractive, they're good looking. It's kind of just that hyper realism. Like, it's not the normal, it's escapism, like, and I know some people aren't into that, which is fine. Like, but for me, I guess I do like to look at, as a kid I always loved comics where the men were like super heroic and the women were beautiful, and that's what I'm going to try and tap into as I go on, to be honest, because I don't know, it's what drives me to draw and to do better. Like, but yeah, pretty happy. There's Stoker in the earth, and you can see both their third eye, the kind of inner vision, the inner eye is kicking in here for them. And then this is the most recent page I've completed. I think I'm definitely really getting into the pencils here. This I had a lot of fun drawing this. It took quite a while, but I think it was a lot of fun because it's the fantastical characters of my story, and I feel like, you know, my next book, I really want to just push this side of a story. You know, like the book I'm working on and the previous book are very they're kind of grounded in reality, whereas I want to just go for something a bit more fantastical. Like, so when I get to these points in this book, it's a lot of fun. And you know, like the pencils definitely helped me visualize a lot of stuff, like the two water spirits, Barrow and Liffey. You can see the water splashing behind Meister Spore as he's coming forward, and just I really took my time on it. You know, really tried to make these characters look enticing. Some nice poses. Really happy with how she's holding her sword, and Meister Spore is grabbing this tree, you know, as he comes forward, and then Liffey, who's kind of she's just flowy, another water spirit, and nice close up of Meister Spore there as his, you know, he's connecting with the human characters. This panel here was really tricky. It's just I'm not used to, like, this is the type of stuff I would have drawn a lot growing up, and then suddenly when you're in on a close up of a face, this is actually this character, so he's now seeing these characters for the first time, and I just wanted to create a lot of energy and just an opportunity for the inks to go crazy and the colours to do a good job, like, but yeah, like I am excited to ink these pages, but they won't get inked for quite a while because I will be working on 15 more pencil pages, and I'm going to try and, you know, start getting a few more videos onto my channel, try and build my channel up, because I think that's the way of the future for crowdfunding. But thanks to, I think I've like just over 60 subscribers, so if anybody made it this far in the video, thanks very much for looking. Give me a like, a subscribe, tell your friends, tell anybody who you think would be interested in following along in this journey as I create my next graphic novel, and I'll try and document as much of it as possible. Okay, have a great day, everybody.